just starting your business or you're launching a new product or service, you might be struggling with knowing how much to charge. Do you just pick a random number out of the air and run with it, or do you need to spend hours and hours researching your competition to see what they are charging? If you use the latter strategy, do you price yourself the same as they are pricing themselves? Do you go lower or higher? So many questions, right? In this video, I'm going to share several strategies that you use to determine your chargeable value. Since every business and niche is just a tad bit different, I can't tell you which one to choose, but any one of these techniques will get you off to a great start. So let's start with determining an hourly rate. Now, normally this strategy is typically used to determine your chargeable value for service-related businesses, not so much for products. I talk about this strategy in the video about how to decide on a revenue stream, but here's the gist. Determine how much time it will take you to carry out the service, as well as how much you would like to earn per hour, then make that your hourly rate. For instance, if you offer business coaching and would like to earn $75 per hour, you'll charge $75 per 1 hour coaching session. Easy peasy, right? Of course, you could be stuck on even knowing how much you're worth per hour, which is where this next strategy will really be helpful. Let's talk about competitive pricing for a moment. If you've been in business for a while, you likely already have a good idea of what others in your field or niche are charging. But if you're just starting out or are launching something new, looking at your competitors' pricing will be time well spent. As you gather this information, you'll also need to decide where you want to fit into the competitive landscape, which will mean deciding on your unique value proposition, UVP for short. Part of determining this is deciding where you fit amongst the competition, including things like how many years of training, education, or experience that you have compared to your competitors. Many years might equal a higher price point that you could charge. If you're just starting out, it might be a smaller amount that you want to charge. Whether you want to position your product or service as the most cost-effective option or the most high-end exclusive option. Whether you offer something no one else does or whether you're one of many. What unique bonuses or benefits you might want to offer, like a money-back guarantee, a best selection of products, concierge services, free or low-cost shipping. These are all ways that you could differentiate yourself from your competitors. Next up, let's talk about value-based pricing. Hopefully your product or service solves a problem for your customers or clients. If it doesn't, you may want to rethink your offer. The idea here is to price your products or services according to the benefit your clients will receive from it. For instance, do you help your customers or clients lose 10 pounds in a month? Get their first 5 clients, avoid an emotionally or financially difficult divorce, help them to do home repairs on their own rather than needing to hire an expensive contractor, build a lucrative online course. It's often easier to quantify business results. However, you can use this strategy for virtually any type of offer. And since you'll constantly be revisiting your pricing, there will be lots of time to adjust as needed. Let's dig into cost plus pricing real quick. This is a great strategy for pricing physical products in particular, though it can also be used for services or non-tangible products. Let's take a look at the clothing company Everlane. It lists its cost plus calculations alongside each item it sells. The basic calculation is this: the cost of making and delivering the product or service plus the markup that you want to add will equal the price that you're going to charge. Here's a simple example of pricing a handmade necklace. Maybe you are starting a business on Etsy, for example, and this would be how you would use the cost plus method. The cost of materials is $5. The cost of labor, $20. You can use any desired hourly wage here, obviously. Cost of shipping is $3. The total overall cost is $28. The desired markup is 25%, which comes to roughly $7. So a total price of $35. Now, of course, you might be wondering, how do I determine a reasonable markup rate? Now, this is the part that most entrepreneurs leave off. But I highly recommend that you incorporate a markup in your cost plus method. If you decide you want to use the cost plus method, I will quantify that. Because like I say, this is usually where most entrepreneurs, leave this part off, and it's a huge part of your profit margin. Going back to Google being your friend in determining a reasonable markup rate, my suggestion is simply go to Google and search for your niche or your product plus average markup. And you should get a pretty good idea of common markup rates in your industry or in your space. I'll see you in the next video.